Alrighty then. It's Saturday. Let's get this party started. Quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Of course, this is the Realist Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I'm the mighty one, Angel Snub 7. Shout out to our regulars, the chat room, Sister Mello and the Deacons of Reality, Twin and Soul Brother 85, Sister Ann X, those who are listening and those who will be listening to this broadcast at a later time. I thank you so much. Oh, of course, shout out to Instagram and Facebook. Shout out to those who follow us on those platforms. I thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I am tired. I am tired. And because I am tired, I decided to re-upload a video where I was talking about quitting. Those who have followed this platform since its inception around 2007, late 2007, early 2008. I don't know how many times I have decided to quit. I don't know how many times. I lost count. I don't know how many times that I went on sabbatical. I couldn't even do a sabbatical, let alone quit. I couldn't do that. $15 years. 15 years speaking reality. 15 years. And there are those who will say, you got nothing out of it. 15 years of reality and you have nothing. The greatest thing that you can have is not your money. It's not booty. It's not fancy houses. What has 15 years of speaking reality done for me? It has given me peace of mind. A peace of mind so when I leave this earth, I can be honest with myself. I made an honest, sincere attempt to break people out of the matrix for real. Not take you from one slave plantation to another slave plantation, not to take you out of one matrix so that you will go into another fairy tale and fantasy. We are here to exit, leave the plantation, leave the matrix once and for all. And so I have a peace of mind because actually somebody did not give up on me so that I may be who I am today. Why should I quit? If the ones who promote fairy tales and lies, fantasy and supernatural nonsense, if they can keep going, why I can't do it for the real truth, why I can't do it for reality. God did not put me on this post. It's self-imposed because I understand it's necessary. Because you ain't gonna go nowhere. And I'm not talking about just soul brothers and sisters. I'm not talking about just black people. I'm talking about humanity. Humanity, you're not gonna get any better. You're not gonna move nowhere until you get up out of these things. And slowly but surely you will see, because of technology, slowly but surely, religion and these dream weavers are losing their grip, little by little. But will it be fast enough to stop the extinction of the human race? And there are those who will say, oh, you talking about the white man. You talking about all these other people because this is going to turn back into an all-black planet. Tar is black. Ashes is black. Sometimes doo-doo is black. Just because something is black don't make it good. It means the end. Whatever affects one human being affects another. So it's just a matter of time when whatever affects them gonna affect you and you all go down. And you're too stupid to realize that because you become a racist just like the ones who afflict you. You have the same mindset. You think like the ones in the past, and look what happened to them. You talk about the pyramids and the different technology and the sciences, but look at them as human beings. Science is wonderful. Technology is wonderful. There's no doubt about that. But look at us as human beings. I even heard Louis Farrakhan teach. You're operating on the level actually lower than that of the beast in the field. You are a highly advanced savage. Talking all this civilization stuff. There's nothing civil about you. You're profane, you're violent, you're evil, you're wicked, you're destructive, you're a murderer, you're a pedophile. You are the Satan that you keep talking about. And a Satan can only produce Satan. And that's all we have here is little Satans running around. I'm tired. But I can't stop. I can't just stop. When I was in the Nation of Islam, they taught me when you on post, you don't come off that post until somebody relieve you. And there's nobody that I know of is here to relieve me. You stay on your post until death do you part. That's what we do. That's when you leave your post. But again, if they are so tenacious in spreading their lies and their fantasies and their fairy tales, why can't I be? Why can't I be so hyped to bring reality? So what, you're tired? Take a sabbatical, you take a break. Now for them, bringing their fantasy, that's easy. The preacher and the pastor, these people, they just go to a book. They always tell you about the books. Go to your book, read some stuff, then every Sunday you come out and you rehash and you revise the book that's been around for 1,400 years, 2,000 years, or the new thing is the how you pronounce that, the hieroglyphics from Kemet. And you sit out here and you put on your special clothes. You put on your special clothes and hat with a star and crescent, and sometimes you have a little ponytail tassel on your hat. Put the ponytail on your hat, and you come out here and you regurgitate and plagiarize what the Bible say, what the Quran say, Noble Ali say, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad say. This is what they did. This is what our ancestors did in Kemet. It's easy. That's easy to do. Read somebody else's words. Copy somebody else's opinion. Living or dead. Living or dead. Parrots. Polly want a cracker? Polly want a cracker? That's easy to do. Every week. Here I am, the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry, for 15 years, and everything that I bring here comes from within. I'm not talking about, well, you know the Bible say, the Quran, Honorable Elijah Muhammad say, and our ancestors did this and our ancestors did that. Which is nice to have that information. But when you do that, you take away from yourself. And you take away from your time. You take away from your originality, your uniqueness, who you are. When you depend on somebody who is dead or somebody outside of yourself. For 15 years, I was able to bring us a talk, a message out from within. That's difficult. That means you have to use your brain. It's easy to use somebody else's brain. Like it's easy to call DoorDash. Can I get a pizza? Can I get some spaghetti? You can sit on your ass and wait for DoorDash instead of going in the kitchen and cook your food yourself. Then you'll turn around and complain, I wonder what's in my food. This cold, you cook it yourself in your kitchen, you don't have to worry about that. It's fresh, you know what you put in it, and you made it with your own hands. If Elijah Muhammad, if Jesus, if Noble Ali, if the people in Kemet, if they can make a pizza, why you can't make a pizza? Why Why we can't make our own pizza in our kitchen? Copycats, plagiarists. I don't do 15 years. We don't do that. That's why they don't know how to deal with us. Because they have no reference point. Well, if he's a Muslim, I know his reference point is the Quran and Islamic stuff. If you're a Pan-African, Marcus Garvey, E.B. Du Bois, whatever, there's no reference point. There's no reference point because you're not used to simple reality. Lost in fairy tales and fantasy and fiction. So I don't know why these people try to come at me when they know from the very beginning, just the first interaction, you know you don't have nothing coming. I'm not like you. I don't even talk about black. I said soul brothers and sisters. You want to talk about black stuff, the melanin. I don't care about the black. We already know we have melanin. We already know this black stuff. We're beyond that. It's about the improvement of the human being. That's what it's about. So why should I quit? Yeah, I'm tired. But for 15 years, I was able to go inside of myself. We go inside ourselves to bring this message. We respect the elders. We respect all those who came before us. And we study their history so that we may not fall victim to the same thing that they fell victim to. This is why in 2022, you accomplished nothing. In 2021, you accomplished nothing. You get a pass 2020 because of the COVID pandemic. You accomplished nothing in 2019, 2018. Some sucker talking about I hope for a better 2023 than last year. You didn't do nothing in 2022. What the hell are you talking about? You didn't do nothing in 2022. We have not progressed and done nothing since the end of the civil rights era, over 50 years ago. It's embarrassing because you plagiarize and you want to copy people, their strategies and their mindset that did not work for them. If you're in the boxing ring and you see your right hook is not taking care of business, then you know you need to go to the left hook or do something else. But we're so stupid because I love my right hand. I love my right hand. Your right hand is not winning, sir. You're losing. But we have the mindset, sooner or later, it's gonna. You can't win that way. We play basketball. We play baseball, soccer. We play all these games. And you ain't learned nothing. Because this struggle is the same. You have to play this like a sport. War is like a sport. It's all about strategy. The civil rights era, they didn't know what the hell they was doing. fought the government before. What caused them to rise? What caused them to rise? They got tired of being picked on and bullied. Like me. I was picked on and bullied. But I didn't know how to fight. So what happened? In the civil rights movement, you heard a lot of hollering and screaming. A lot of slogans. By any means necessary. Black power, family. That's what you heard. You remember, I believe it was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Ashley was having a problem with the bully, and Will was trying to give her lessons how to deal with the bully. And he was telling her, you got to walk up to the bully, and you got to pretend to be bad. All right, everybody, mind your business. Mind your business. Get back. You ain't gonna do nothing. Everybody, mind your business. Mind your business. What? He said, put that click in you. What you gonna do? Gotta pretend, make them think that you're crazy. What you say? What you gonna do? That's what they did in the civil rights movement. You know how girls fight? A lot of girls, they just swing, hoping they hit something. Well, some men do that too. They don't know how to box. They don't know how to just swing, hoping you hit something. That's what I answer. That's what Dr. King, Malcolm X, Noah Drawley, that's what they done. They don't know who they was facing. They don't know how to fight. What battle did they get their experience? What battle? They never fought nobody before. They never fought the government. They don't know nothing about fighting. And so you raise up and you talk like you bad. The white man is the devil. Just talk stuff. Talk like you bad. I ain't never heard a black man talk like that before. The white man is the devil. And then they give you this feel-good stuff. The black man is God. And you are the original man, the Asiatic black man. And the earth belongs to you. They give you all this stuff. Who did they fight? Sister Ann, who did they fight? Our ancestors in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, whatever, don't have no battle experience. So they just out here throwing their hands, throwing their fists, hollering and screaming, hoping they hit something. And this is what this is the same strategy that they use today. Just flailing. I'm going to get that white man. We're going to get him. Black power, same stuff. Pan-African, black power. Pan-African, Marcus Garvey. The red, black, and green. Red, black, and green has no country, sir. There is no country that recognizes the red, black, and green. And you're not competent enough, you're not strong enough to develop a nation so that flag can fly strong. You have no idea, no concept. All thing you can do is talk. So what are you going to do for 2023? More talking, more. That's what you're going to do. And you know how it is when you're fighting a bully And if you do hit the bully, and then you finally hit the bully, you get more scared. You're like, oh hell. Because you really don't want to piss the bully off. These people don't really want to piss off America. They talk a lot of stuff. They don't want to mess with America like that. They're not ready for the Green Berets. They're not even ready for the Los Angeles Police Department. It's not even going to get that high. The Los Angeles Police Department, St. Louis Police Department, Philadelphia Police, they can handle the little stuff that y'all going to do. Matter of fact, you're not going to do nothing because every time you see on TV, when they get stopped, they throw down their weapons immediately. There's no gunfight, and they go to jail. Umar Johnson, no fight, he will go to jail. The police went to Tariq Nasheed's house, and he jumped on the ground before they pulled the shotguns out. I give up. These people ain't gonna do nothing. These are the people that you give all your money to. Farrakhan ain't gonna do nothing. Farrakhan even brag. I ain't never had a traffic ticket. I barely got a traffic ticket. But he's a warrior. How you a warrior and don't have no battle scars? You never even been to jail. Some of these people can't even handle confinement. That's why a lot of people don't want to be truck drivers. Because they can't handle being alone out there on the road like that. Got to have somebody to talk to. Got to have some kind of company. That's why you will settle for any woman, any man in your life, because you don't want to be alone. You know that she's a sucker. You know that he's a sucker, but you don't want to be alone. Well, I got to have somebody to be with. Somebody need to send y'all down and spend a few days on the front line in Ukraine. Those men are fighting Russia. So they can show you what real war is about. That's where you need to go. There are a lot of people, some of us have been in war, but you won't fight for yourself. Because a lot of you didn't really want to go to fight for the country anyway. You went there to try to get some easy money. But some of you have experienced war. Many of you have experienced death and destruction. But you won't fight for yourself. I don't get that. If I'm willing to die for another man, why wouldn't I want to die for myself, get hurt for myself? There are a lot of brothers and sisters in this nation who suffer post-traumatic syndrome, physically handicapped because of war, and we as a people, we get nothing out of these wars. We go fight and die since the Revolutionary War, and we get nothing. When is that going to stop? If we really was men, soldiers and warriors, here we are, we sit here. Inside, we don't have to cross enemy lines. We already here. But you're not no warrior. You suckers. What was the last talk we had? Clowns. These folks not real. They on YouTube all day talking about how to make some money. Who money that you messing with? It's not your money. Another man's money. His trees, his water, the things that he controls. When he fall down, you fall down with him. Because you're connected to him. Why are you going to talk about the end of the white man? The fall of America? When they fall, your happy ass is going to fall with them, stupid. You're part of it. You're a part of America. You have no life raft. It's incredible, the ignorance. What am I? What are we here at the Realist Temple? Well, I look at us like a, you know how sometimes when you crank up a lawnmower and you grab the cord and you pull and it goes and you pull 15 years you just keep pulling. Maybe there's no gas in the lawnmower. We don't know, but you put some gas in the lawnmower or whatever. You just keep pulling. Hoping it'll go. That's what we are. We are a cord. And we pull. It's up to them whether they want to start or not. I don't care, because we're not saviors. You claim out of your mouth, I want my own nation. You claim out of your mouth, I want brotherhood. You make all these claims out of your mouth. And clearly you can't do it. So here we are, trying to bring something to you, something different that we can try, that maybe once we pull the cord, you in the boxing ring. See this? You're fighting like girls. Swinging, hoping that you hit something. Boxing is a science. Boxing is an art. It's a sport, but it's an art. It's a science to it. It's an art and a science to martial arts. There's a strategy. When I was younger, one of my favorite games was chess and checkers. I love chess. My grandfather taught me chess. But when I discovered my grandfather taught me checkers. But when I discovered chess, chess was more complicated than checkers. Because it's all about strategy. It's all about sitting at this board, trying to study, okay, if I do this, what is my opponent going to do? It is the art of war. War is a strategy. That's what war is. It's a strategy. So you have the Ukrainian war, Russia, Vladimir Putin sitting looking at the chessboard. Okay, if I do this, how are the Ukrainians going to respond? He understands what he has. Here's my knight here's my queen, here's my pawns, and I'm going to move them here. And so Ukraine is looking at him. If he do this, we can do that. It's all about strategy. A lot of times, war is not won simply based upon the sophistication of your weaponry, but the heart of the soldier and the strategy that the generals come up with in response to the invading force. So you can have, Afghanistan is a prime example. What was it? Russia, the United States, France, all kinds of folks try to conquer Afghanistan. I don't know what it is. I guess they fighting for the heroin trade there or whatever. I don't see what's so valuable about Afghanistan. But those men, you're not going to kick our ass in our home. I think Russia spent 10 years. France spent a long time. There's a lot of people went to Afghanistan, and those men whooped their ass. Bye-bye. The United States lost in Vietnam. They killed a lot of Vietnamese people, but they lost. And they have no choice but to respect Afghanistan, respect the Vietnamese people. Do they respect us? No, because we have not been at war. We've done nothing except, stop that, leave us alone. Fight like girls. We're not willing to give our life to make a message. You're not going to mess with me. Yes, you will beat me up. But I'm going to put a knot on your head too that you're not going to remember, that you're going to remember. For over 400 years, we let these people beat us up. And nothing happens to them. And we are here. We in the inside. I made a video a couple of years ago. I'm going to try to dig it up. It's so much that we could do. It's a lot of it we could do, don't even have to leave your house. It's all about the strategy. They don't have enough jails and prisons to put us in. They have enough room for a few, but if we really decided to act out as a people, they don't have that. They can't do that. They're gonna have to say, what do y'all want? We want them damn reparations that we should have got way back in after the Civil War. That's what we want, damn it. And they will say, we don't want no more of this. Look, we're gonna have to come up. The same way they treated the South. The South lost the war, but even to this day, the South has a lot of respect. It's because they don't want to go through that again. Nobody cares because you flail your arms around and you might hit them a little bit. You don't get no respect like that. You have to show a person, I mean business. Kill me then. One of the most dangerous people on the earth are those who are not afraid to die. You sit back and all thing you want to do is play on Facebook because you want to grow old and comfortable so you can see your grandchildren. That's what I see on Facebook, Instagram. Here my new grandbaby. Look at my grandbaby. Here my... No future for your grandbaby. Your grandbaby's a damn slave just like you are. So what's cute about it? I just had a new grandbaby. Where my grandbaby? Here go my grandbaby. My grandbaby. And then one day, that grandchild is going to grow up to see you for the coward you are. You ain't do a damn thing. They got to struggle and keep going through this insanity that we have been going through for the last 400-500 years. Pretending to fight ain't going to make it. Run around in your suits, bow ties and suits, diamond rings and your tassel on your fez and looking cute. Couch potato warriors. That's not going to make it here. And the man is supposed to be leading the charge. You don't expect a woman. You should tell your woman, hey, I'm going off to war. I might not come back. Like those Ukrainian men. They told their sons and their daughters, I'm going to fight for my country. I might not come back. You don't have that kind of heart. Look how long this Ukrainian war has been going on. A lot of folks thought it's supposed to just, Russia gonna come in because they the big superpower. They supposed to just come in and whoop up on the Ukrainians, and that's the end of it. Still going on. It'll be a year and a little bit here. Those men said, not on my watch. We sit around here, watch the police shoot our children down the street. We watch gang members shoot our mother and our children and our dog Scruff in the street, and we don't do a damn thing. We men, and you want me to call you a man. And your grandmother, our elderly, can't sit on their porches without some idiots shooting in the neighborhood up. Call you a man. I'm not going to give you credit until you earn it. It's not going to happen. You can go to those losers who don't give a damn about you except your money. They would give you, oh, you a god, and you a warrior. And you can go to them. They take your money like the prostitute that they are. You can go to them. They make you happy. I'm not here to. I got to make it real here. Because it's based on my life. The bully did not leave me alone until I decided, and I was scared. I was scared. But I had to fight this cat back. You're going to leave me alone once and for all. You're not going to get relief until you fight back. Either physically or in a more intelligent manner, but you don't want to do that either. Because the reality is, you like things just the way they are. Just don't beat me up too much. Just don't bully me too much. That's when you get upset. You don't want the responsibility for no black nation. You don't want that. Go on the internet and look up all the different systems and all the bureaucracy of running your own nation. You ain't ready for that. You want to sit on your ass and let somebody run things. And pretend. You want to pretend. So we have the art of war. It's a strategy, it's a science. 15 years I've been here bringing an original message. 2021, we went through what we call the purge. Got to get rid of. I mean, there's no benefit anyway. Start need to get rid of suckers. There was no benefit anyway. When they disappear, when they leave, things is just the same because they don't have no impact. Now, if I had a Malcolm X and my Malcolm X left, we would feel it like, wow. It's different. That brother left. Things done changed a little bit. But I have parasites hanging around me, sucking my blood. Ain't no benefit. What was it, last week? Last week or the week before the new year, we had two brothers come here. African nationalists. I want to get to know you better. What you mean you get to know me better? I want to get to, what you talking about? I don't think the brother gay or nothing like that. What you need to go? I want to talk to you. What you want to talk to me personally like that for? I don't want no more parasites. I don't want to waste my time with idiots no more. So you want to know Angel Snup Nub 7? You want to know what this channel is about? That's the purpose of video. I send you the video. You watch the video so that you can get to know. I'm not going to sit around here every Tom, Dick, and Harry that come out the woodwork. I'm going to sit back. Well, you know, this is what the Mississippi campaign is about. You know, this is how we do. I'm not doing all that. That's the purpose of video. If you're really that interested, go to your email, click on the link, and watch the videos that I sent to you. You're not interested. These folks want to play this funky game. We already been through that. All these suckers on my channel. You know you're not interested. You're a bunch of losers. Take your loser ass off. But you're going to sit here and try to pretend like you can get with us. You can't get with us. Because we real with ours. Y'all a bunch of fakes. A bunch of flailers. A bunch of slogan people that repeat slogans. By all means necessary. Black power. We say soul power forever here. You don't hear me constantly saying that. Because I'm not about slogans. I'm not about slogans. Black power family. And you hate everybody. Always calling somebody family. Don't like nobody. Soon as you disagree with them, you ain't family no more. You an agent. You a hypocrite. You a spy. You just told me I was family yesterday. You silly piece of woo. Sometimes some profane words fit the bill. I'm going to try to keep my live streams rated PG because I would like for children, teenagers to be able to listen to our talk. Because maybe they'll be the ones to change the condition, because these suckers here that we live with, these chumps, they're not going to do nothing. They haven't done nothing. My generation and the one right after me or whatever, bunch of chumps, bunch of losers. Their bark is worse than their bite. They ain't gonna do a damn thing. Not gonna do nothing. So why should I be quiet? They want me to be quiet. They would want me to be quiet and shut up, so others can't see the reality of things and keep getting caught up in this suckery, this garbage that they got us into, this fairy tale stuff. Somebody on my Facebook told me they went to visit Elijah Muhammad on the mother plane. Now, even Louis Farrakhan don't make that claim. He said he had dreams or visions or something like that. But this cat said he went to visit Elijah Muhammad on the mother plane. And he don't feel nothing wrong with him. You beat Farrakhan, and Farrakhan is the divine and chosen one. Farrakhan is the divine and chosen one, and he ain't went to no damn mother plane, but you, just an ordinary Joe Blow in the street, you on the mother plane. And of course, they never show evidence. They don't never show no proof, no evidence, or nothing. This is what Malcolm X say. See, your problem is we get angry and we don't stay angry. Now with Angel Snutting Up 7, these suckers will stay angry, and I ain't done a damn thing. I never made you a slave. I didn't steal your money. I didn't kick your dog Scruffy. They would get angry at me forever. Wish me death forever. But with these people who raped your mama, killed your son, who knows how many people innocent in prisons and jails, treat you like dirt, you don't stay angry with them. George Zimmerman's still running around. All these people talking all this crap. They killed Malcolm X. Somebody sit around and they actually planned. They killed Malcolm X. And they slandered him and harassed Malcolm X to the day he died. George Zimmerman took the gun that he shot that boy with, put it on the internet to sell it. Run around here bragging about what he done. He ain't do a damn thing to him. He's not harassed. He's not slandered. He's forgotten. All our people, Sandra Bland, Eric Garner, even George Floyd. Who talking about George Floyd? Who cares? That's over with. All that Black Lives Matter stuff all over the world. I am George Floyd. All over the world. White folks, I'm George Floyd too. Yes, I am, dear. Black power. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Do you know the reason why I'm talking to you right now? The reason why I'm talking to you is because I had to get angry and stay angry every day. Every day I told myself, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. There was women running around her with big booties and big breasts, and I played basketball every day and pool, and there was a lot of enjoyment around here. I looked at the big booty, went to my room, and got to writing. The state of Missouri versus Lauren Ray. Every day. What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Why you act that way? Because I want out of here. Shout out to our brother Denzel. How you doing, brother Denzel? He says, I understand your pain. I tried to get people to have conversation with you about Mississippi campaign, but they don't want to hear it. Man, do you know how many people I have sent your videos to? I know. I know, because I go through it myself. I go through it myself. I really don't get upset because I understand slavery is all we know. Like I said, like I told you, we don't know nothing about fighting nobody. We don't have no reference, but we don't have no experience fighting nobody. Our ancestors came off the slave plantation. And what? And trying to survive. By the time the 50s and the 60s or whatever roll around, it just got to the point we can't take it no more. They don't know nothing about fighting this. They don't know nothing about fighting the CIA and the government. They don't know nothing about that stuff. Most of the people involved was children. Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, all the Huey P. Newton, all these people was youngsters. And the majority of them, probably all of them, have no military experience at all. Now, you would think the Nation of Islam should have been able to do better because we formed the military. Hup, hold to the left, hup, hold to the right, hup, hup, hup. It's not a real military. They don't have no battle scar. They ain't never been in the war. They don't know nothing about that. FOI is nothing but choir boys. Ex-drug addicts, and a lot of them was involved, still involved in their criminal activities. Still involved in prostitution, selling drugs, and Assalamu alaikum, brother. Want a bean pie? Assalamu alaikum. You want some cocaine? Assalamu alaikum. Would you like one of these sisters, my brother? That's what they was doing. That's what they was doing. And so the government gave you a pacifier and put some Negroes, gave some Negroes some government jobs, and gave us some government cheese too. Now, I ate some of that government cheese. I like government cheese. That was some good cheese. Hot pepper cheese, the American cheese, you cut it yourself, that big old block. I like the cheese. They gave you government job and gave you government cheese, and you stopped being angry. Ain't did a damn thing ever since. Except you had a 1 million man march. You had a 1 million man march. That you laughed at Dr. King for having. They laughed at Dr. King, the pro-blackity black. Nobody marching. They talking like they big and bad and tough. And now they bragging about the 1 million man march. It was bigger. It was bigger than Dr. King. Yeah, but Dr. King got you some government cheese. Million Man March didn't get you a damn thing. At least Dr. King, we got some government cheese. What the hell did the Million Man March do? Get you nothing. Except disappointment. Because nobody has no experience fighting these people. Also, you really don't want to mess with them like that. Government cheese. Hey, so you taking Will Smith advice. You know, just go in. Dr. Umar Johnson, Tariq Nasheed, and Farrakhan, and Sonetta, and all these young fire whoever. You know, they just fighting. You just go in and, you know, you click and you pretend like you're going to do something. Everybody, stand back, stand back. Mind your business. EnVogue, mind your business. Mind your business. What the hell wrong with him? Oh, wow. So I'm asking this brother, he ain't watching the videos or doing nothing. I'm not wasting my time with that. You're not interested. Then the other brother that was talking about his days in the Nation of Islam, I had to show him, or I corrected him, Malcolm X wasn't alive in 1975. He's telling us about the power struggle between Malcolm X and Farrakhan, and Malcolm X wasn't alive in 1975. That's common knowledge, sir. And then even after I corrected that brother, he still kept talking like Malcolm X was still alive in 1975. Anyway, he wants me to take his hand and personally go through. I sent you the video. You're not interested. Then he got angry because I told him, I said, either you're lazy or you're not interested. I'm offended. I'm offended too. Take your happy ass on somewhere. I'm not going to babysit you. When you're interested, people know when you're interested in something. If I'm interested in EnVogue, I don't have to talk to Terry Ellis. I've read many articles, seen many interviews, and when I meet her in person, I can tell her, well, you said such and such in this interview, and I saw that you said this in this article, because you're interested. I meet this woman in person, and I don't have no idea what we're going to talk about. I saw you on TV. That's all I can say. So good riddance to bad rubbish. Take your African nationalist ass on somewhere. Take your fake at the last minute Muslim ass. Take your happy ass somewhere too. I don't need that kind of garbage around me. What Barney Fife said? You nipped that in the bud. Oh, we already had enough of that a few years back. I'm not going to do that no more. Go away. Folks don't want to do nothing. You're not on my level. You can't handle what I'm bringing here. You can't do it. You got to get mad and stay mad. I'm not interested in your money. I'm not interested in your booty. I'm not interested in your house. I'm interested in the liberation of a people, solving this problem once and for all. You heard that African nationalist brother talking about, we working on our next 100 years. You already been working on this for 100 years. And now he wants you to help him do another 100 years. What did you do in the first 100 years? You made some moves. And it all fell apart because one man was deported. One man was deported and all of them went to hell. Joe Biden is the president of the United States. He could be impeached tomorrow. Is the country going to go to hell because Joe Biden, or even if the Speaker of the House or the Vice President, if all three of them were sat down, do you think this nation going to fall apart because three people got sat down? No. You replace and keep moving. One man died in the Nation of Islam and the whole thing went to hell. One man died in the Moore Science Temple and all these black organizations and they all went to hell. But we leaders, follow me. Follow you where? To the graveyard where your leader at, because you can't do nothing without this person. Something's wrong with you. One person died. We all gonna die. So you mean to tell me our country, our nation is gonna fall apart because one person died? This goes to show you don't know what the hell you're doing. Two words that you never hear us use. We don't use the word revenge. And I said this before, using the martial arts story. Little boy, his father get killed on the battlefield. And his father said, revenge my life, son. Yes, father. A child. So as the child grows up, 7 years old, 9 years old, 11, 14, the only thing on this child's mind, I'm going to revenge my daddy's death, even if I die. You don't hear us talk like that. Did you ever hear any of Dr. King's son say, I'm going to revenge my father's death, even if I die? Did you hear Dr. King's son say that? Did you hear any of Malcolm X's daughters, I'm going to avenge my father's death? Now you had one daughter, she got caught up. She got set up. But you don't hear us talking about, do you hear anybody in Trayvon Martin's family say, I'm going to take revenge for what they did to Trayvon. I'm going to take revenge what they did to George Floyd, Sean Bell. We don't use that word. This is what we do. Well, they went to court, justice been served. And that's the way it is. We don't talk about revenge. We talk about the horror of the slave trade. 100 million died in the slave trade, the Africans, and they killed so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. You never hear us talk about, let's take revenge. Never. We don't use that word. You never hear our leadership say, if I can't get the job done, or if I betray you, I will kill myself. Now, Louis Farrakhan came real close. Louis Farrakhan pulled the bluff. If I betray you, y'all can kill me. That's because he knows they're not going to do a damn thing to him. Everything he does is right. He didn't He didn't tell the ordinary people to do that, because it'd be a whole lot if they could get away with it. Yeah, you deserve to die, sir. In Asia, they have this thing about honor. And they would take a sword and plunge that sword into their chest because they done something dishonorable. I stole the money from my people. I don't know what the hell I was thinking about. I don't deserve to live. You don't have to worry about the people killing you because there's a code of honor. I do it myself. See, there's no code of honor for black leaders in here. There's no consequences. So Umar Johnson can take your money and go buy strippers, and Tariq Nasheed can take vacations in the Bahamas on your dime. Nothing happens. These people have no honor. They have no integrity. They have no character. And you're following them and giving them your money because they're selling you a dream. Because you can't face the reality in order to change this condition. Either you, and it doesn't make no difference if you do it physically or via like something like the Mississippi campaign. It's still going to take sacrifice. It's still going to take suffering. And you ain't ready for it. And that's why you don't have it. And that's why you're never going to get it. Hey, that's their song. You're never going to get it. Because you don't deserve it. You are getting exactly what you deserve. You're getting exactly what you put in the pot. You put nothing in the pot, and you're not going to get nothing out of the pot. It's simple as that. I want to say this. I want to talk about this brother real quick. I'm very happy that this young man is improving. He's talking. He's able to communicate. And I think it was less than a week or a little over a week ago, this young man, how you pronounce his name? Damar Hamlin. He basically suffered something like a heart attack on the field. How old is he? 23, 24 years old, young man. Football player, because that's all the Negro know how to do. All respect to him, but this is the reality of it. That's all we know how to do is play football, be a rapper, all this other, nonsense. That's all we know how to do. And if you're a rapper nowadays, you mess around and get killed in a club somewhere. And then you risk being handicapped and destroyed on the football field. We willing to do these things, but we're not willing to go to war. We're not willing to fight for what rightfully belongs to us. But I wanted to talk about him real quick. Because he's 23, 24 years old. It's a reminder And I want to talk to young people, because when you're young, you think you can't die. When you're young, you think you're invulnerable. And I know myself, almost 60 years old, and I let all my grace show nowadays or whatever. So immediately, younger people are, you're an old man. OG, you're an old man. This young man could have easily lost his life over a football game. And I have lived double, almost triple what he has. Already been 24. There's no guarantee you gonna make 24 or 25. Already been there. We become arrogant because of our youth. But you don't do nothing with your youth. What does playing football accomplish? A whole lot of hoopla? What is the real benefit except making some money? What is the real benefit that we get out of football? Sport and play. Rap music. We don't get nothing. You think you're indestructible. Death do not care about your youth. Death don't care that you rich, you poor, you black, you white, male or female, you a baby, you a dog, you a cat. Death don't care nothing about those things. We concentrate on things that don't mean nothing. And we procrastinate and we postpone things that we should deal with now. Oh, I can wait till later. Tomorrow is not promised to nobody. And he's an example. I wonder if he has a will. Because if you're making a lot of money like that, you playing in the NFL, I would assume that you have a will, but I'm young. I'm only 23 years old. Death don't care about you being 23 years old. You're lucky to make it that far. I'm enjoying right now this movie. It's a series of movies called Final Destination. I like that stuff. It's violent and it's gross or whatever, but it goes to show you death don't care nothing about your lifestyle or who you are, cause you the president. No, death don't care about stuff like we trip off of that. Death don't care nothing about Beyonce and Jay-Z. Death don't care nothing about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Noah and Jesus. Death don't care nothing about all that stuff. All these people was taken out by death. Death don't. See, some people might think I'm a little, it's a word for morbid. Because I like death. I like death because death is not prejudice. Death is not bias. Death treat everybody the same. Dog, cat, zebra, young, old. Death don't care. When it's your time to go, it's your time. Death don't care because you're a celebrity, because you got $5 billion, because you what's his name? Because you Elon Musk. Elon Musk, you gonna die, sir. Warren Buffett, you gonna die. All these people, that we put on these pedestals, you're gonna die. Michael Jackson is gone, y'all. Thousands of people come to see Michael Jackson. So, who is more powerful? a dead lion or a living dog? Now, when the lion was alive, he beat the hell out of a dog. But the lion is dead, and the living dog passed by the dead lion, lift up his leg, and take a wee-wee. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it, lion? Can't do nothing, dead. Our current leadership, the current people that's egging us on, are people who are worshiping dead folks. Noble Ali is dead. Elijah Muhammad is dead. Louis Farrakhan is not a leader. He's telling you we following a dead man. I don't know how y'all doing it, how you're doing it, but we following dead folks. You know we pro Malcolm X here. Malcolm is gone. He can't help us. Marcus Garvey is not here. We have to go inside ourselves and use the same brain that Jesus had, Noah had, Prophet Muhammad had. What makes these people so special? They're gone. How are they better than me and you? They're gone. They can't change and do nothing. I don't get it. How is Prophet Muhammad better than Brother Denzel? How? Let me see. Brother Denzel said, a lot of people that I show your videos think that you are a fraud. However, I always ask them, did you watch the video? No, they never watched the video. They never say they did, because if they did, they would know you are open to critique. I asked these men. I asked the African nationalists. I asked that Michael G. Nation of Islam. Did you watch the? They ain't watched nothing, so why should I waste my time? How do you know I'm a fraud and you don't know nothing about me? Silly ass people. That's why you need your ass whooped. That's why you need to get everything that's coming to you, they need to get. Silly. And these are adults. These are supposed to be grown people. And we even invite them to this channel. You can come here and you can question me or whatever. You got a problem with me, you can come here. And we don't say nothing. I didn't really interrupt Michael G. I let him talk. I didn't interrupt none of these people that come to the platform and talk. But I'm not going to let you get away. That one brother got away, and he ain't been back since, because he know he don't have nothing coming here. What's his name? That brother Fahim, or whatever he call his name. He's supposed to be a 5% or whatever he call it. Because he had a date. He had something to do. They're not going to come back. They don't want to deal with this. You're not ready for the reality of what freedom is. Freedom is a good sounding word. But you don't want the responsibility of being free. Some of us don't want to leave our mother and father house because mom and daddy and some of us have jobs. Some of these grown children have jobs. They don't want to be responsible for paying the electric bill, and they just give their money to mommy and daddy, and mommy and daddy keep paying the bills and whatever. And that's the way we are. That's the way the Negro is. You don't want the responsibility for a nation. It's not easy. It's not going to be better. You think that it's going to be better. There's no guarantee it's going to be better. How is it going to be better with your messed up ass attitude? We have some messed up attitudes. It's going to be better. Y'all nasty, you're selfish, you're jealous, and you envy. What kind of nation you going to build? And the people themselves, you messed up. You don't know how to control. You don't do nothing wrong. You don't think nothing wrong with you. All those people in 2021 that we had to deal with, none of them think something is wrong with them. They don't have no problem. I'm the problem. Ain't nothing wrong with them. And they sick as hell. Still doing the same sick stuff from 2021. Where's the teaching? They have the teaching, they have the research, they have the knowledge. The only reason why they get any kind of traffic is because they beefing, trying to beef with somebody. And we're sick. We love beef. We love drama. Ooh, I wonder what they talking about today. I wonder what they talking about today. We thrive on sickness. We thrive on the dead, the corpse, rotting corpse, putrid things. But that's the Negro. I heard that Negro means dead. Because certainly we do not act like living people. Because as a man, I want my woman to know I bring the water. I bring the gas. I bring the electricity. If somebody mess with my Terry, I'm going to kill you. Somebody mess with my EnVogue, I'm going to kill you. You don't mess with my children. You don't even mess with my dog Scruffy. It's going to be a problem. I'm not going to run away from you. I'm going to run to you. Here I am in the crazy house. I did not run from them. I ran to them. They couldn't understand that one. I challenged them and I didn't have nothing. I'll say that again. I challenged them and I didn't have nothing. I'm going to go down fighting. Again, I'm not brave. It's scary. But I'm a scared person, but I'm still not going to let you punk me out like that. There's nothing wrong with being, there's nothing wrong with being afraid. But at the same time, just because you're afraid, you still don't have to be a punk. I would take a brick and bust you upside your head. As scary as I am, I would bust you upside the head with a baseball bat. I'm not going to let you hurt me like that. It was a guy on Facebook telling me, bragging about Minister Farrakhan, nobody don't know you. What have you done? Nobody don't know you. Trying to degrade me. Trying to shame me. Well, first of all, Louis Farrakhan been doing his thing, what, 60 years? riding the coattail of another man, begging people for money for 60 years. Nobody giving me no money. I'm not riding the coattail of another man. He's the one that need Allah. I don't need Allah. He's the one that need Elijah Muhammad. I don't need Elijah Muhammad. He need all this stuff in order to stand. If he can't stand on Allah and the honorable Elijah Muhammad, he can't stand. I stand just as strong as he does. I don't need Allah. I don't need another man like that. A man should be able to stand on his own too. That's what we always tell our boys. When it's time for them that you think they need to leave your house, look, son, you need to stand on your own. You don't need me no more. We make mockery of our children when they get a certain age and don't want to leave our house. But here we are as grown people. We need Jesus. We need Allah. We need all this stuff to support us and do. But that's all right. It's the same thing. You and I should be able to stand alone, on our own. You're going to punish your children for doing the same damn thing in religion. Standing, you need somebody to help you. Oh Allah, help me to get a car. Oh Allah, help me from getting shot. Oh Allah. You still need help when we should be standing on our own. And this I would say, if we had a voting process and put me on the ballot against Tariq Nasheed or Sanetta or Louis Farrakhan or any of these people, I would guarantee you that the people, the masses, will vote me to be their leader. Not because I'm all that, because I'm talking some sense. Because if we bringing you a purpose, we bringing you vision, we bringing you a plan. And there's nothing these people got that can match. I remember I ran for class president against a popular girl. And not only was she the popular girl, she was a popular person in the class, but the girls outnumbered the boys. So naturally, everybody thought, well, this girl, shout out to Patricia London, that's her name. She might be out there. She might see this video, who knows. I haven't forgot you, Patricia, because Patricia was fine. I ain't gonna lie. Patricia was tall. Patricia had pretty skin. Patricia was fine. I started drop out so I could vote for Patricia myself. Hey, hey, that's nature for you. So the girls outnumbered the boys. And naturally everybody thought girls was going to vote for the girl. You know, boys basically vote for the boys or whatever. And so we got up and we did our little speeches or whatever, why you should vote for us to be class president, blah, blah, blah. And so the votes was counted, and I won by like three votes. And it was like, the only way I could win, I had to pull girl votes. And of course, nobody don't know who voted for what, but we do know that 3 girls had to vote for me in order for me to win. So whatever I said, I moved these girls to not support the popular girl, and they voted for me. So I don't care nothing about Louis Farrakhan popularity. I don't care nothing about the popularity of Tariq Nasheed and all these other YouTube ass losers. I know in the real world, see, YouTube is not the real world. In the real world, I know yours truly, I would beat all of them. Probably by a landslide. When I took the Mississippi campaign to the mailbox, sent Louis Farrakhan's certified letter, and one of the post office employees, they was just curious. What are you sending to Louis Farrakhan? I said, well, I have this idea, Mississippi campaign, and the employees, all of them was black, soul brothers and sisters. They gathered around, stopped working, and listened to how I explained the Mississippi campaign. They said that sounds like a good idea. I hope Minister Farrakhan, I hope he give it a shot. I hope so too. That's in the real world. But of course I knew somebody grandiose, and it's a possibility. He probably never got the letter. It's a possibility. But also at the same time, I know how these people think. It's all about them. What's this? Mississippi what? Yuck. I know how they think. Because I sent a check and they cashed the check and they wrote me back, may Allah continue to bless you, brother. What about the Mississippi campaign? But they cashed the check. See what I'm talking about? When you have no honor, you're dealing with people who have no honor, no integrity. They do things like that. Because if you're not interested in the Mississippi campaign, why would you cash the check? Talk black to me, like Eric Muhammad said. Talk black to me. I'm disappointed, but I'm not shocked in our brother Tahaka Bey, because he told me after that back and forth with Sonetta that he was done and he's going to do like us, basically more positive videos, teaching, that type of thing. And he didn't do it. Right now, I don't know how many videos he's done. 15 videos or whatever about Tariq Nasheed. Now, Tariq Nasheed usually, because he means nothing to Tariq Nasheed, Tahaka Bey don't mean nothing to somebody like Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed would give Tahaka Bey 15 minutes of fame and go on about his business. But Tahaka Bey, see, it's all about drama. Tahaka Bey knows that drama and beefing brings the views, brings donations, more money from YouTube. And that's really what it's all about. I don't think he's talking about donate to him so he can go sue Tariq Nasheed in California. I don't follow these people. Please stop sending me videos about these people. I unsubscribe to all of them. They have nothing to offer me. Please stop sending me links and videos by anybody. I'm not interested in nothing. When you're trying to be original, when you're trying to be yourself, those things are confusing, mess with your mind, dilute your thinking process. They bring nothing to me. I don't care nothing about these people. They don't listen to my videos. I don't give a damn about Tariq Nasheed, what Tahaka Bay doing, Sanetta. I don't care about what none of these people doing. I might take a peek now and then. They're doing nothing no more than what they was doing 10 years ago. Go look at their videos. Now, Tahaka Bay is supposed to be different. He's exposing all the scammers, right? Where is his video showing what he accomplished, the Moore Science Temple? Where is his video showing what the Moore Science Temple accomplished for 2022? Where's that video? Now, during 2022, he made a couple of videos. He was rehabbing a house, and, you know, in your construction clothes and rehabbing a house or whatever. Nobody, none of these Pan-African pro-blackness, nobody made a video showing what they accomplished in 2022. The Nation of Islam is getting ready to have Savior's Day next month. Louis Farrakhan is not going to talk about what they accomplished in 2022 because these people have done nothing. And that's really what's embarrassing. How the hell you going to make mockery of Angel Snub Nub 7? You getting all this money, you have all this support, and you don't accomplish no more than I do. They don't even have a bubble gum machine. Matter of fact, I seen somebody, somebody invested in some bubble gum machine. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Tahaka Bay brought us to his platform for drama. Want me to talk about Louis Farrakhan, talk about that woman that doodle on herself, whatever. Then he wants to try to teach us. Now, you see how I handled that, because that really was pissing me off. I didn't come to your channel. You can't teach me nothing. You gonna bring me to try to teach me about something somebody dead said 100 years ago. I'm alive now. About some spook ass God. And I just played it off. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. I also understand that the audience are idiots. They're not interested in Mississippi campaign. They're not interested in reality, freedom. They're not interested in those things. They're interested in a show. Come to my show. Give me a slogan to say, Black Power family, and keep praising dead people all day long. What about you? They have nothing to offer. If you take Noble Drew Ali away from Tahaka Bay, what do he have? If you take Islam and all that away from Louis, what do they have to offer? They don't have nothing. You take Jesus away. What do these people? They don't have nothing to offer. You have nothing to take away from me because I am me. There's nothing to take. I'm original. I'm brand new and unique, just like we are as a people. And I use that to help build something new. Being creative, a visionary. What kind of vision do a dead person have? You're dead. You can't see nothing. It didn't work for them. They failed. You learn from their failure, why they failed, so that your path is easier. They failed. And there's nothing you can do can make it a success. I don't care how articulate you are. I don't care how charismatic you are, how smooth you are, what kind of swag you are. There's nothing that you can do can make something dead alive. They have nothing to offer. I want to bring our talk to conclusion by opening up the main topic that I wanted to speak on. I guess you noticed this was basically random topics. We want to talk about the pro-black Pan-African hypocrites and their white relatives. I need to change this picture here. Let me find this new picture I want to use. Find this new picture that I want to use. All right. Okay. Shout out to our, I don't know how, I guess you have to pay a few bucks to get this so that you can actually monitor. Oh, there goes Sister Tangi. She's in our Facebook. Shout out to Sister Tangi and her family. Okay, so shout out to our Facebook listeners and Instagram. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Let me get a little drink here, and we're going to go ahead and finish up. What bring me to this topic here, was it I don't think it was last year, but it was the year, I think it was 2021. I was invited to a 4th of July family get-together. And when I got there, it was a lot of white people there. This has never happened. This has never happened in my family. But it happened because the generation that come after me, they have had babies. They have married or had babies with with Caucasian people or biracial type people. And so if you biracial, one parent is Caucasian and one parent is black, whatever. So of course there's a Caucasian side. So we went to the get together. I think it was a 4th of July. And a lot of my grand relatives, they are or will be considered, well, they are biracial. Now for me, it really doesn't matter, because as long as you are or carry the lineage of being a descendant of slaves and sharecroppers in America, I could care less about your physical appearance. I don't care nothing about that. But the pro-black, the black, and the Pan-Africans, they care. And I also would include our sister, the dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober. They care because their mindset, they have a purity mindset of you got to be black. What is black? I want somebody to put in the chat room, what is black? What is being a pure black person? A pure African person or whatever? I don't know what that is. You know, black people need to marry black people, and the African, what do you have to do to qualify? Because you can have two dark-skinned people can produce a child that look almost like a white person. So that means they're not black because they're light-skinned and have European features. I mean, what is the criteria? I don't understand it. So this is what's going on in my mind. This is why I wanted to talk about this. Because this mindset is no longer applicable. In the 1930s, 40s, 50s, maybe even 60s, it might have been applicable. We have been doing a lot of extra mixing. First of all, the American Negro is not pure, period. Because if we was pure something, you should make it plain. We are pure what? Because I know when I look at my family members, they don't look like me. We all different. Light skin, kinky hair, semi-straight hair, big noses, big lips, thin noses. We got all kinds of looks in my family. Even going back when I was a child, going back. We don't all look the same. We Africans. What kind of African? Now for me, it's easy for people to say, you look like so-and-so from Africa or whatever. That's me. I don't look like my family. Also, there's a commercial. If you think it's butter, but it's not, it's chiffon. You can't go by looks. Lauren Lake's paternity court. You can't go by looks about a baby. I know that's your child. He looked just like you. You owe me child support. You a bad daddy. You a bad daddy. You a bad man. Well, sir, the child do look like you. That ain't my child. Well, let's see. We got the results from DNA diagnostics. And the results is as following. You, sir, are not the father. What? I only slept with him. No, ma'am, you had to sleep with somebody else. But he looked just like, no, ma'am, you slept with somebody else that probably looked like him, but this child is not, he's not the father. I don't understand. You can't go by looks. The American black man can look like anybody in your DNA. There's no consistency. There's no black American male, black American female that you can get where you can say, this is what the American Negro looks like. Because we come in all kinds of shades, all kinds of, we are inconsistent. Because of how we evolved, how we was formed in this country. And then within recent years, we have voluntarily mixed with other people. Not only white folks, but other races of people. You can't determine what is black. What is the, I just want to know, what is the criteria? What qualifies? Simply because of looks, because you can't go by looks. Because some black folks, some of us, I saw a sister on BET, she looked like a white woman. Her parents black, darker than I am. Explain that. What African is Terry Ellis? What African women are these women behind me? Look how different we all are right here. Dawn is over here. Dawn has Asian-like facial features. This is why we need to let all this blackity black, because you're not pure nothing. And I know it makes us upset because we want to belong somewhere. We want to be pure, we want to be some kind of African. It makes us upset. I remember I was in the car with my sister, and I had my niece with me, and my niece, she has a biracial background, but the only thing she know is she's a black girl. But we was telling her, because her father is biracial, okay, but her mother is black. Her father is biracial, but her mama is supposed to be black or whatever. And we was just, my sister and I, we was just joking about, the mixed stuff or whatever. And it was upsetting her. She didn't like that. I'm not no mixed nothing. I'm black. I'm black just like y'all are. See what I'm saying? This young girl crying because she's going to be treated like black. I'm black. You should be happy. Somebody want to be a Negro. Somebody want to be a black American. You should be happy about that. Look how sick we are. The blonde hair, bleaching the skin. How many of us trying not to be who we are? And you're going to actually get angry and upset because somebody want to be you. You should be happy somebody, and you got all these others who clearly are black, they trying to escape. And this little girl is upset. I'm black. I'm black just like y'all are. I ain't no mixed nut. I'm black too. Now here's a picture here. These people talking all this blackity black stuff. Now, back in the 1980s, I was in Philadelphia, and I saw this guy wearing a FOI uniform. And I'm like, that's a white guy wearing the FOI uniform. Then one of the brothers said, oh, no, he's black. His parents is black. Now, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert. But this fella looked like a pure, outright Caucasian. Little did I know, and somebody like Maurice Muhammad don't know, Farrakhan was letting Caucasian people in the Nation of Islam, even back in the 1980s. I know that man was Caucasian. I know he was. And here's proof. Here's proof right here. This is a Caucasian man with the FOI uniform that I could never afford myself, but he wearing one. And it's a lot of them in the nation under Farrakhan. And there's an old tape where Farrakhan basically was saying, yes, I think he was being interviewed by Phil Donahue. You know, Phil Donahue was asking him about Caucasian people in the nation. He was like, yeah, you know, they're there. And these are the same people that would tell me or call other black people because they don't agree with what they're talking about, call you a white man lover or something like that. You got Caucasian people in your organization. What the hell are you talking about? Louis Farrakhan has biracial grandchildren and Caucasian in-laws and daughter-in-law. He's not in a position. Louis Farrakhan run around, kiss Father Flager in the mouth, play his violin for Caucasian Jews. I don't know. Grand people said, why would they want to be in the NOI? What do they get out of it? I don't know. A lot of times people want to be part of things that they can't be part of. A lot of times that's all it is. And once they get in, they're like, yeah, I've done that. They leave. Like with this women's lib stuff, which I advocate women to be able to do whatever the hell they want to in life. But you have a lot of women that just want to disrupt certain things that men do just for the hell of it. They're not really interested in that. You have those type of people. I want to get in because they telling me I can't be part of it. I don't know. Now, there might be some people who sincerely want to be, they like Louis Farrakhan's teachings or whatever. There might be some sincere people that might want to be part of that, but a lot of folks like to do things simply because I can't. Now, if we was living in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, maybe even 60s, this mindset might be applicable. But in 2023, we have too much going on here. We just have too much going on. These blackity black people, you have white relatives, you have biracial relatives in your family. So you mean to tell me you hate them and you don't have nothing to do with them? Which some of them are idiots. They do stuff like that. You're going to deny your grandchild because your grandchild is biracial. And some of them will do that. Again, I don't know what the purity standards is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the criteria, because somebody in the chat room, what is the criteria to be black, the African thing? The whole thing is silly. You should want as many to come into your tribe and become part of you as possible. You should want that. There's a movie called The Spook That Sat by the Door. It's a great movie. Check it out. You get a chance. From the 1970s. The Spook That Sat by the Door. It was about this CIA agent. Well, it was a brother who wanted to join the CIA so he can learn CIA tactics, so he can declare war on America or that city or in Chicago. And there was a man who was biracial. And he refused to be called biracial. He said, I'm black. And some of the other brothers was like, he don't look like one of us. He ain't black like that. He's biracial, whatever. The CIA guy told them, he's us. He's one of us. And he proved he was one of us. They took the light-skinned biracial, the light-skinned brothers and the biracial brothers, put them together. They robbed banks to fund the insurrection. And when the people was given a description who was robbing the banks, it was white men. They thought it was white people. White men was doing it. So they found a way to use that difference in us. I know since I've been on YouTube, there have been biracial people made it very clear, I'm black. I don't want to talk that, don't call me that mixed stuff. I'm black. On the slave plantation, they was black. Now all of a sudden you African, you so pro-blackity black this. Now all of a sudden you want to get into the mixing thing. You become just like the oppressor. On the slave plantation, they was treated just as bad as any other. A lot of them ended up in the house, and some of y'all think that the house Negro had it going on because of what Malcolm said. Well, you know, you got the house Negro. He's close to Massa. That's even worse. Because now you got a one-to-one interaction with this fool. Like me, I drive trucks. There's no boss except me. I go out, do what I need to do. There's no supervisor. There's nobody watching me. So here you are, and you work at this factory, and you got these supervisors watching you. That make things worse when you close close to the boss, close to the managers and people. They all in your business, all nosy. So how is being a house Negro better when you got this massa? You got to look at his ugly face, and who knows, if you drop a cup, they'll slap you and beat you up. Malcolm got that wrong. Everybody was being treated bad. You could get lynched, you could get killed just as easily being in the house as it was in the field. What's that movie, Django? Which Jamie Foxx did an excellent job, and what's his name, Tarantino, whatever. Django's wife, when she took off her dress, look at all the whipping she got. She was a house Negro. Malcolm, explain that to us, brother. How can this house Negro have all these lashes just like a field Negro, Malcolm? Of course, Malcolm isn't here to address. That was Malcolm and a lot of our people. They talk only to what they understood in their time. We see things differently now. We see, what is it? We see things clearly now that the rain has gone. So, it's just like Jesus. We're going to say this and get out of here. I'm going to paraphrase, but basically, the Jesus come on the scene, and Jesus was telling the people, because they was asking about, well, what about, the other prophets, Noah, Lot, and I'm not here to tell you. I'm not telling you that what they said and whatever, all that was wrong. I'm here to back up what they said and bring you some more on top of it. We're here not to degrade, demean our ancestors. They did what they had to do to the best of their ability. Like I told you, most of them was children. Dr. King was 20-some years old. Malcolm was 20-some years old. Stokely Carmichael, Huey P. Newton, all these people, they was babies. They didn't have no experience at war, fighting nobody. Trial and error. There's no excuse for us in 2023. Our problem is our cowardice and our incompetence. That's our problem. You claim you want freedom, but you're not ready to do what's necessary in order to secure that freedom. You're not ready. That's why you're never gonna get it, 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 never get it. That's not my fault. If you want it, if you really want it, we have been the vessel that bring forth the answer to your prayers. Right here. I'm serious. We are serious as a heart attack here. If you really want that. Many of these people, they have slept with Caucasian people. They're going to call me these different names and blah, blah, blah. I've never had a romantic relationship with a Caucasian person. Never. Many of these pro-blackity black, many of them have actually been married. Some of them have been married. And some of these pro-blackity black folks, once they find out how sickening it's a road to nowhere, they leave the pro-blackness stuff and they end up marrying white folks. Like I think that one sister, I forgot what her name was. She sung a rap song talking about the white man's itch, the white man's itch. I heard she's married to a white guy now. The frustration, because this stuff is not going nowhere. It's not making no progress. It's only so long that you can keep talking about, well, we need time. How much time you need? A lot of these pro-blackity black folks, people, they have biracial children. They're not going to tell you, but they do. We know Taalik Nasheed do. We know Taalik Nasheed have, with his foundational black American ass, we know that he has biracial type children or whatever. But see, that's no concern of mine. Because we're soul brothers and sisters here. There is no gauge for racial purity here. But for them, there has to be some type of gauge for racial purity. And this means that you denounce or you reject your biracial grandchildren and relatives. Do they do that? Your son and your daughter had biracial children. Don't have to be by Caucasian people, by other folks. This is why this type of talking, also, there's a difference between having racial pride and being a racist. When you hear them talk, well, the melanin is superior and the Kemet, and they talk just like somebody from the KKK. The same talk. It's all about their skin color and the black man gonna do this. Sound just like them. What's special about your black? You're gonna die. You're gonna live and you're gonna die. And your melanin and your black ain't gonna stop nothing. What kind of damn God are you? You a God waiting on a stimulus check. You a God in the welfare line at the strip club. What kind of God are you with no power? If you God, what you praying to God for? God don't have to pray to another God. Because I'm God myself. In the comic books, what God do Superman pray to? Batman, The Flash, Wonder Woman. They're God. They are a God in their own right. They don't pray to nobody. But here you are, you God. And you got to wash your hands and lay down on a mat, scream and holler and make music to please the God. And what kind of God are you? Goddamn. What kind of God? You know the devil is a God too. And God don't always have to be powerful. You're a weak God. You're the God of laziness, the God of triflingness, the God of profanity, the God of slavery. That's the only God. There ain't no other God because you don't have no other power. You do that real well being a slave. So maybe you're the God of slavery because you make good slaves. I'm not going to deny my little grandchildren because they biracial. I don't even talk like that to them. I tell them about soul brothers and sisters. And I warn them about people like that. Full of hatred for no reason. You gonna hate me because of, that's what racism is about, because you hate somebody for the color of their skin, who they are. They didn't ask to be here. You can get children from different races together and they can play together. They're not tripping off, are you black? Is you white? Is you a Chinese? Children get together and play together. And then y'all crazy ass silly adults, I don't want you playing with that little black boy. I don't want you playing with that little Chinese boy. Our sickness. And it's all over the earth. Don't mess with, I don't want you playing with that one because he's a Muslim. That's a Jew. That's a Christian. We are so sick. How long? We're going to allow ourselves to be sick. This is voluntary sickness. This is like we going out purposely trying to get COVID. We purposely, voluntarily, happily, we love this kind of sickness. So my question is, what is it doing for you? Where is it getting us? Absolutely nothing. So we need a new way of looking at things. We need a new mindset. We need a reboot. We have to improve ourselves as human beings. We look at other human beings as savages, inferior to me. When everybody has a date with the grave, how you better than me? You gonna go to the grave just like me. How you better? You take a dump, you take a whiz just like I do. What make you think you better? How are you better being a billionaire when a homeless man with a 50-cent bullet can blow your brains out? How are you better, sir? You have $1 billion and a homeless man blew your brains out with a 50-cent piece of lead. But you better. Explain that to me. Our thinking. We have to change our thinking process. You're never gonna go nowhere how we think right now. And on that note, I'm done. And I hope that we will continue to have these spontaneous broadcasts. I have no intent to quit. I can't hardly even go on a sabbatical because, like in religion, when the Spirit hits me, I have to come and bring us this message when the Spirit hits me. And I don't believe in putting off tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised to nobody. We want to send a shout out to that brother. What's his name? Damar Hamlin. Glad that that brother is recuperating. But again, it shows us we don't know how much time we have on this planet. And we need to further understand really what is more important to us. So I thank you. I thank you so much. Thank you to, of course, the deacons, Brother Talib in the chat room, Brother Denzel, Brother 47, Grand Pew is in the house, Sister Mellowcap, Ann, Almond Delight in the chat room that's listening, Sister Tangi, our Facebook, Instagram. We have a few people in those chat rooms. I thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. And the number one reason why I do like come talking to us is because I do enjoy it. I do enjoy our talks. And I have something to say, and it comes from me. It's not coming from the Holy Quran and what Malcolm X said and all these different things. We have a group of people that want to keep us living in the past. This is 2023. How long are you going to stay in the past? Okay, I understand. A lot of history, a lot of things was kept from us and blah, blah. Now you know. It's time to move on. Because our life, your life is not being improved. The problem is you don't know what to do. And you're too ashamed, you're too arrogant to say, I really don't know, we really don't know what to do. Well, I'm telling you, we do. And with your help, with your brain power, when we put all our brain power together, we can move this mountain. And we can solve this problem once and for all. Aren't you sick of it? Why you want to hand this problem down to our next generation? They can be doing something else. We can solve this problem right now, once and forever. But we're selfish and lazy. Selfish and lazy and arrogant. What? Can't say I didn't try. I think we put up over 500 videos last year. So you can't say we didn't try. And I'm not telling you to worship nobody. I'm asking you to believe in yourself. I am asking us to believe in yourself. Brother Talib says, like a brother told me, we are not going to be able to unite all humanity, and that some of us are going to be on a small island in harmony to ourselves. It's a message to his point. You have to make up your mind what you want to do. I'm not a savior. You want to do something for yourself, and I'm alive and healthy, I will help you. You don't want to do nothing? Oh, so be it. I'm not a savior. I'm not going to go out here and stomp and do hard. I'm not a savior. I'm not Malcolm. I'm not Huey P. Newton. I'm not a savior. I'm not Elijah Muhammad. We're not here to save nobody. You want to do something, and you really want something to happen, you have to have a new mindset and a new strategy. It's simple as that. You got to stop being lazy and a coward. We're some lazy people. That's part of the problem. We're lazy. And we're scary. If I was lazy and scary, and again, there's nothing wrong with being afraid. Who want to go to jail? Raise your hand. Right. Who want to go to jail? Raise your hand. Who want to get shot by the police? Who want to be in a firefight with SWAT? Who want a drone come over your house and shoot a missile into your house? Nobody want to go. But see, that's the reality that we're facing. Or you could just take advantage of the right to vote and take control of a state like Mississippi. That's really, but you don't want to do nothing. I'm gonna start me a business. Start me a business. I'm gonna wait for the mother plane. Jesus helped that poor man with that reality temple stuff. Jesus will fix it. Jesus will fix it. Hundreds of years have gone by. No mother plane, no Jesus will fix it. How long are you going to wait? It don't work, people. No matter how angry you get at Angel Snubbing Up 7, it's not going to make the things that you believe in and your ideology is not going to make it work. Time, not me, time has shown these things don't work. 100 years is plenty of time. This is why Angel Snubbing Up 7 exists. Because those things, if Jesus would fix it, and Allah, and all this stuff, and businesses, and all this stuff that y'all talk about, if that stuff worked, there would be no need. And I would be happy not to say nothing. But the reason why there's an Angel Snubbing Up 7 is because we need new ideas, a new mindset. Those things don't work no more. How you gonna be so pro? How you so pro blackity black? And our neighborhoods and we as a people, we're biracial. It just don't make any sense. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, I was planning on signing off. But we're in a good mood right now. And I did see somebody ask if they could come and say a few words to us. And if you want to, we can go ahead and do that. This is a new year. Why not? Why not? Let me put up the link. We're going to hang a little bit longer. We put up the link. I put the link in the chat room. You want to come here and talk to us a few minutes? Not a long time. I'm sort of tired. We just did 3 hours, so you can come on here and join your brother and bring this message, because I think we sort of hype right now. So let's get that off our chest. You want to come here and talk a little bit? Let me see here. Oh, this is Talib right here, I think. Talib?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Talib.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, excuse the darkness. My living room is kind of getting dark, so when it gets dark, my living room gets dark through the window.
Okay, it's cool.
Excuse that. But anyway, y'all know my face, so
yeah, right.
So, but anyway, yeah. But anyway, you know, I've been really reflecting and looking at the conditions of humanity around the world. And, you know, I must say that I've come to I resigned to the fact that all of us as soul people are not going to be able to unify.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to have to take a sector of us to make it happen, like with the Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. Because waiting on tens of millions of other Negroes ain't going to get the job done. And there was a brother named Phil Scott, the advisor. You know, of course, you know, I watch his channel, you know, but in this a lot of things, there's some things I don't agree with what he says, but never mind, I can agree with some things that make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to talk about one thing that makes sense of what he said. And I know those of you that are listening to this live broadcast in some cases may disagree. But one thing he said that I recently saw him speak on in a video was segments, or how did he put it, sectors of us as soul people are going to have to separate. Because if we don't, in order, this is my twist on it now, in order for us to get the freedom, the true freedom, we're going to keep getting held back. Because what we got is dead weight. And like the brother said, we got nothing but punk cowards. And also we got Pookies and Ray Rays that ain't thinking about doing nothing but what a Pookie and Ray Ray or whatever they call them females now would do, you know? Pokisha, yeah, Pokishas. So anyway, and then you got those fake pro-blacks that's always trying to stand in the way, and those, you know, who's always brown-nosing white folks, you got them standing in the way, you know. So we're going to have to be, to a certain point, we're going to have to separate ourselves as like-minded people to really get the job done. You see what I'm saying? And that's just the reality of it. It's just the reality of it, you know, because I've seen in my own time how being a part of an organization or claiming to be a part of an organization or a religion, I've seen how that went when you tried to unite with different types of other black people on certain agendas as far as what I thought was for our freedom and liberation, but it didn't turn out like that. You know, and I could say this: the Black Panthers, out of them all, to me, did the best.
I do too.
They did more better than them all, and you see how that fell apart.
Yeah.
You know, just like you still got people worshiping Ron Karenga, who was involved in the assassination of two Black Panthers in the '60s, and who even sexually assaulted and abused two females of his own organization called United Slaves, which he had to go do time in prison in California for. You see, but you still got the community protecting him. You see, and now that you got our people even referring to people like Tupac as a leader, you got people referring to even Jay-Z as a leader. You know what I'm saying? And all this other kind of crazy stuff. We have gotten far off point. We have gotten too far off point now. Well, we got street Negroes and gangsters or wannabe gangsters and players and pimps. We referring to them as our leaders. You know? I mean, man. And it's crazy. You know, it really is crazy. So, I mean, we are coming to a point where we're going to have to just go on ahead and do what we got to do to secure some type of real freedom for ourselves in this country, you know, and not associate ourselves with those that's going to be in the way, you know, and it's just that simple, you know, because we are, you know, you see what happened even with the organizations like I was a part of, the Nuwapians under Dr. Malachi Ziyor, the Nation of Islam, when it was even under the direct leadership of Elijah Muhammad. You saw what happened even to the Moors when it was under the direct leadership of Noble Drew Ali back in the 20s. You saw all that, even with the Garveyite movement. You saw all that fall. We have to do something. We have to get together like solid, like-minded people so we can prevent that mistake from being repeated. And that's just the point where we have arrived at as sole black people in America. And I hate to say this, but it's the truth. I'm going to tell y'all something. No one respects us. Nah, these, and I'm going to tell you something. White folks have gotten bold to the point where they coming into our neighborhoods, which they've been doing it, but there's more often now where they coming into our neighborhoods. And black people unrolling the carpet for them where they could just come in our neighborhoods and poke their chests out, even if they want to call you the nigger word. Ride through, you know, because they see us as being cream puffs. We don't even give respect like we got in the 70s or 80s. White boy, white girl would have been scared to come into a black neighborhood. Just on GP. It's not like that no more. Even if they're on the job, working around other people that don't look like them. And it ain't necessarily got to be black Americans. It could be Africans, Arabs, you know, black and brown people in general, you know. And they could still exert their racism because they feel entitled. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, they have became bold, especially behind your boy Donald Trump giving them the green light, you know. They became very bold. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse, especially with the current politics going on right now in this country. It's going to get worse. We're going to see the next couple of years. You thought it was something in 2020. We're going to see something in the next couple of years well, we ain't gonna have no choice but to come together to a certain point, or we just gonna keep getting ran over like rag dogs. And that's just that simple. Ain't no police been put in prison for the death of Breonna Taylor except for the ones that the feds charged. Yeah, the feds charged them. But I'm talking about far as the local agencies that they work for did not work cohesively to put them in prison. Just like in the case with Mike Brown, Eric Gardner, you know what I'm saying? And numerous other people, Sandra Bland. Ain't nobody been held accountable for these people's deaths. I mean, consecutively, back to back. And we just still around here just playing pussyfooting around like this thing ain't gonna get more serious than what it already is. Because, like I said, it's more easier for us to be punks and not stand up to our oppressors like men and women should, you know. So, I mean, we in a bad position, you know, and I'm telling you, hey, like you said, brother Angel Snuff 7, yeah, you right. Like anybody else, I don't want to go and spend no more time in the white folks' prisons. You see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you something. It get to the point where racists or oppressors try to disrespect me to the point where I got to do something to them. Hey, it is what it is. And I won't lose a tear over it. I won't lose sleep over it either. That's all I got to say as far as that goes, you know? Because where I come from, usually one of them would have been amputated with their body parts in the garbage dumpster. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, this is real. You know, it ain't about worrying about going to jail. It's about worrying about standing up for what's the principle.
Yes.
When it comes to the principle, that's what matters. Talking about your freedom, you're not really free out here.
No.
If you really want to know the truth, look at how they disrespecting your so-called amendment rights, the freedom of speech. Police, you could stand up and tell the police what rights you have when being encountered by them, and they still bust you in the head, put a bullet in you. So how's that being free? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, we got to realize what type of reality situation that we're really in right now. You know, I mean, you know, I just heard that race crime, hate crimes, as far as racism, then ticked up out there in LA on the West Coast, where it's constantly ticking up because, you know, black people out there, you know, out there on the West Coast, they've always been, you know, despised like anywhere else in America. But I mean, it's a very real big racial hatred culture out there. And that's not just with the white folks. You got the Mexicans out there even hating on black people. But they not standing together because everybody want to be Crips and Bloods, you know, and kill each other or hurt each other. But when it's time to stand up against those oppressors out there that's committing them hate crimes against them, you don't see no Crips or Bloods around, you know. And it's the same thing like with anywhere else in America where we're being oppressed. So, I mean, you know, it's just crazy, you know, and I'm almost about to get emotional, but let me stop and you know, I just wanted to say a few words and pass the mic back to our brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. It's like you say, it's just that simple. I did have a question for you though, real quick. Because you were saying that you got, you agree with Mr. Advice Show, African guy. And he says, he talks about the Pookies and the Ray Rays and blah, blah, blah. Okay. He talk about we need to get rid of some of the baggage or whatever. So how do you qualify? I mean, he's talking about, well, we can't have the Pookies and the Ray Rays and these other people. So I guess he qualifies. What makes him to qualify for anything? See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we like to judge other people.
What? Yeah. Right. And you know, I get to where you're going at with that. I get that part. And but see, the only thing I agree with him on in that aspect is not letting people stand in our way. That's all I was looking at. Who said that they? About,
I mean, how do he know? My question is, how do he know they stand in the way? When was the last time he talked to Pookie and Ray Ray? How he know that they stand in his way? What have they done to stop? What?
You know, that's a good question. That is a good question.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah. That's a good, because I deal with them all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, but that is a good question. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a good question. Because he do live in the suburbs of Houston, last time I checked.
Yeah,
right?
He does, yeah.
And, so, I mean, and I even remember him saying something about, because see, this is why I can't rock with him too much anyway, because he makes statements about, well, I don't owe blacks nothing. You a grown man just like me. You need to get up, do this and do that. Okay, what is your point?
Mm-hmm.
You got a big old YouTube platform, but what is you doing for your people in Houston, Texas? What is you using it to do as far as helping to elevate your people in Houston, Texas, right where you are, talking about traveling to some damn Africa? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
and when you talk about traveling, when he talks about traveling to Africa, he don't talk about going to the places where they really struggling at.
Right.
He only talks about going to the places where they got the 4-star hotels and the lavish stores and all this and that and shopping mall. But what about going to visit the villages or the jungles over in Africa? You don't never mention that. Just like that guy on Search for Uhuru.
Exactly.
You don't never talk about going to the villages where people survive, where they got to shoot lions every day, tigers every day, just to survive. You see what I'm saying?
I had to raise that question. I had to raise that question because
Africa too? Yeah, I know you did. And I kind of had a feeling you was. That's why I said, for those that disagree, I do understand.
See, because
but the thing about it is,
see, because there's people who have told me that I stand in their way. They told me, so they put me in the same category with the Pookie and the Ray Ray. And I'm like, how the hell am I standing in your way?
Right.
You got thousands of people giving you millions of dollars or whatever. How am I standing in your way? I'm not stopping those people from. Matter of fact, I don't even never say. Have I ever come on here and said, don't give to Farrakhan, don't give to so and so? I never said. I don't never tell these people. Don't support. I've never said none of those things. I'm just telling you what the deal is. What the deal is. I'm just saying, you doing all that, you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. That's what I said. I never said don't do it. I mean, that's your business.
Putting the truth out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm in the category. I've been put in the same category as a Pookie and a Ray Ray too, but I'm very sure. But see, a lot of Pookies and people, you know, these people, that's a stereotype. We never talk about these people. I mean, we judge people on our so-called righteousness. You know, and we ain't that right. What's your problem? You might not act like Pookie and Ray Ray. What's your problem? This man here got mad at me, angry at me, because I was defending black women against his videos. So what kind of person are you? Why would I want to go anywhere with you? You gotta, and you're not even. I mean, you're supposed to be a man, and you're gonna get angry at me over that. We've been friends for years, like 8 years or so.
Oh, y'all was cool at one time?
Yeah, I got a video out there. I've met him in person at the truck stop.
Okay.
I was there. I was talking to him back and forth when he was going through divorce with his wife. And then you're gonna fall out with me over a video because of my opinion about a video. And plus, on top of that, you already know how I feel about these women bashing type videos. You know I'm going to come out here and I'm going to defend the sisters. And I'm not anti-man either, because I've had women that make some crazy videos about brothers, and I'm like, nope, you can't. Matter of fact, I don't even let people say nothing bad about Farrakhan. If they said something crazy, I said, where you get that information from? I never heard that before. Prove it.
Right.
Oh, you ain't real, Negro. No, I'm asking you where you got that from, because I never heard it before. You know, this is not about bashing nobody. It's about the truth. If it's true, that's cool. But you just making up some stuff to get on board. I don't play that. I don't do that. I was just curious because I've been told that. Matter of fact, Gay Nollywood told me that one time too. He said, we need to stop Negroes like Taalik because he's interfering. What the hell? I ain't stopping you from doing nothing, man. I never come on here and told nobody don't watch these people's videos, don't donate to. I never said none of those things. I don't never talk that way. I tell you, if you do such and such, you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. I'm just gonna tell you the truth of the matter. And it's obvious.
Well, this is my thing, right? Personally, this is my thing. The best way we could tolerate each other, period, as brothers and sisters in this struggle, is, look, we have everything, like you say, for everybody to do.
Yeah.
When it comes to working together. You know, and so we just can't exclude our people totally like that. But if they on some bullish, then they just got to be removed out the way. Okay? So I understand probably that's what he's talking about. That part there, I understand in that sense.
What do he mean by
to remove them? What he mean by that? But yeah, what he exactly mean by that? See, he didn't give no thorough definition.
Yeah, because I want to know, what do you mean?
He didn't give no thorough definition of what he meant by it.
Yeah, what you mean by it? What you mean?
He did not give no thorough definition.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something. Now, the thing about a lot of these Pookies and Ray Rays and people, you know, that they talk about, you make a move on them, they have no problem with popping you. Now, you got a problem. You don't want to go to jail. A lot of these people, they've been in and out of jail, and they do their thing, whatever. They have no problem. They'll pull. While you running your mouth talking about, you going to remove me, Negro. That's the first thing you're going to get from Pookie and Ray Ray.
Yeah.
Remove me.
Ray is gonna push back.
Hell yeah.
Push back in the way that you may. It may be your last time trying them like that.
Exactly, because see, I got some
so,
Pookie.
I mean, you gotta watch who Yeah.
You know, because I got some Pookies and Ray Rays in my family.
Watch. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got some Pookies and Ray Rays in my family. And you come around here talking, well, we got to remove you. Negro, you gonna raise up? You getting ready to raise up? They gonna show you. They gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna be removed, but it ain't gonna be that easy.
Right.
You know, we don't have no.
They're gonna pull up on you before you pull up on them.
Sure would.
Right.
Sure will. So, what do you mean? You know, what do you mean? I'm gonna remove you. You know, you talking all this. We need. Who is this we? You and who else? You know, Maurice Muhammad was talking all that crap about we. Look, Maurice Muhammad was talking all that we stuff. Went to Mississippi. Most of his people left him in the dust. Like, you going by yourself, Negro. Tell me what we gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
See, when it comes to the action, who gonna pull up with you? Talk about we. Who is this we? See, you gotta be ready. Ain't nobody gonna just move. Well, just because you come to the neighborhood and say, well, y'all gotta move out the way. That ain't how things work.
No.
Just like this fantasy thing, you know, talk about give black people 10 states or whatever. Do you know what kind of war would break out in this country? Talk about if the government try to do some stuff like that. They ain't gonna be we got to make things right. We got to move these white people over here. These don't even want to talk about.
No. Now you talking about a real civil war.
one of the worst.
Second coming of the Civil War. And to tell you the truth, I don't think black folks would be prepared for nothing like that.
Oh no, no.
For real.
It's coming. It's gonna come. That's coming.
In the southern states too.
Yeah, brutal.
Ooh, especially in them southern states.
Yeah.
Oh hell. No, the white folk down there, they still got the original Civil War on their mind. Hey, I ain't hearing none of that.
But you talking about? It's not even like
none of that action.
It's not even like one. You talking about give us 10, like Elijah Muhammad talking, give us 10 states. What did he say? 5 to 10 states. What did he say? Yeah, you crazy, man.
Yeah, 10 states.
Yeah, 10 states.
Yeah.
And then you supposed to move these white people off these lands. There's no way to hell. There's no way to hell. Hell, you gonna catch hell just talking about it.
See what it was. That was selling points. That was selling points to build his empire up to $85 million or something. Or whatever it was worth when he died. That's all that was. You know he knew even damn well himself that wasn't gonna work.
Exactly. It's not gonna work.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's all game.
All game.
Or as they say in these days and times, clickbait.
That's all. Clickbait.
It's all game. That's all it is. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but don't you know? I mean, can't we think a little bit? Can't we think a little bit? I mean, you can ask. There's nothing wrong with asking. But you also know at the same time the chances of this happening ain't. You can ask all you want. You know, it's not going to happen. It's not. You got a better chance of getting one of these EnVogue women than 10 states. That ain't gonna happen.
Right.
It's just not gonna happen. You know, people be talking all these different things.
Exactly.
People be talking all these different things, and I just be sitting back and that's why it's good to just listen. I just sit back and just listen, because how you gonna pull this off? We need to get rid of Pookie. And who the hell are you? What make you qualify? So I guess nothing wrong with him. Nothing wrong with him. But there's plenty wrong with him. Negro, you get angry over a video. Who the hell want to move and have you in charge of leader of anything? Because if you tripping off a video, who knows what the hell, if you was in power, what you would do to somebody. You tripping off a video. I didn't do nothing to that man. So I question stuff like that.
A damn video.
Yeah, just like the Nation of Islam. I wouldn't want to be nowhere.
Now when you look at that brother, the way the way he got his platform set up, and when you hear him speak, that something like that would be far from a person's mind that really never dealt with him up close. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that wouldn't even exist. But you put it out there so much to the point where people got to now pay more attention to what he mean, even with his platform. You see what I'm saying? Because every time you turn around and look, he's selling a book. He's selling some other stuff. Or he talking about we got to get together and get on this tour and go to Africa. You got to sing. You know, wait a minute, hold up. Don't nobody got thousands of dollars like that. The way inflation going in this country, don't nobody got thousands of dollars like that to be traveling over to North Africa, just to go to the what they call that place, the dungeon in Ghana.
Exactly.
That's where they supposed to have the slaves at and all that.
What's her name? Vanessa Williams and some of them other celebrities. I think Dave Chappelle
was debunking that.
Who? I know Vanessa Williams and Dave Chappelle and some of them celebrities over there right now. Visiting them dungeons.
They over there right now?
Yeah, they visiting those dungeons. And cause it's Accra, Ghana, I believe that's where it's at, somewhere up in there. That's where they at. Cause I was watching her.
Yeah.
I got her as a on Instagram, and Vanessa Williams, and I think I saw Dave Chappelle and those other guys. They over there, and she talking about, you know, she crying, and then, lady, you don't know if your relatives was in no dungeon over there in Ghana. You don't know that. That's just a story. We don't know that. I feel for the people that did it, but but to say that I know that my relative actually was probably one of the ones that was in there, I can't say that. I cannot say that. You can't say that. You know, you can't say that none of your actual relatives was part of that. You don't know. I feel sorry. I know that it happened, and I feel empathy for those people lost a long time ago. But I can't say that those are I'm related to anybody that was in. That's our people that went through that. I can't say that. There's no evidence.
Listen, I don't have no problem. Right. I don't have no problem with nobody going to visit the continent, okay? But don't go over there on that BS.
Yeah.
Just go over there and visit like you do anywhere else, because you're going to visit somewhere.
Exactly.
Don't know whatever. You know, you got brothers and sisters that go over there and do business. Most of them, they don't be on all that. They just go over there and do their business and come back or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They ain't over there trying to worship no chief just to be a part of a tribe like that guy on Search for Uhuru. Them Africans ain't thinking about that. They about that money, man.
For real.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
real.
You ain't got no moolah.
Yeah.
And ain't nothing to talk about. You dig what I'm saying?
Because I guarantee you,
know,
they paying.
Get off of that.
Yeah, they paying to go to that to visit. It's not like you can go there and we can go there for free. They paying for that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If my ancestors was there, and if that was so much of a memorial place for us to really go to and just feel our ancestors' pain, why has it got to be free?
Yeah.
Why is you gonna monetize something like that anyway?
Exactly.
As far as people suffering, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, man, go ahead.
Yeah.
They ain't no different than the pro-black Negroes in this country monetizing black suffering.
Exactly. That's right.
Always got something to sell, a book or a bean pie. And I've seen the Nation of Islam selling suits made over in Italy. Like, I'm looking at these, like, what? Y'all calling these people devils, but you selling their products coming from their countries. You know what I'm saying? What would happen to your own clothing, the shoe factory you always talked about? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Man, come on, get out of here. Y'all ain't even get y'all own bank. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't even get y'all own bank. You know? Sure. Get your own, you talk about we need our own bank. Where's it at? all them collections under that so-called 3-year economic plan that they still probably got printed in the final call.
Yeah.
Talking about if it's a 3-year economic plan, damn, 3 years been over with. Why not?
And
they
have the 3-year, they have the 3-year and the 5-year economic program. And Farrakhan been doing that since the early '80s. And I'm like, okay, so, and like you say, 5 and 3 is 8. Hell, I mean, what's up with that? All thing he's did was get this money, spend it, live good, and you know he want to make sure that his people are live good, and that's what it's all about. I don't give a damn about you. You know he want to make sure that his family is connected to Elijah Muhammad and all that other kind of crazy stuff. You know, so that's all what it's all about.
I truly wonder if you go to his mansion. I wonder seriously if you go to his mansion, and I'm not saying this because I don't know this to be a fact, but I really wonder if you do go to his mansion, do they really eat 3 times a day? Because I know they eat the best food.
Oh no!
And I'm sure they got to eat 3 times a day with all that weight they be carrying on them, brother. You know, Farrakhan do not look nothing like Louis X.
No, you sure don't.
His wife, Khadija, don't look nothing like what she was when she was young.
No.
So where's the 1 meal a day?
I don't see the 1 meal nowhere. Well, I'm pretty sure because Farrakhan's supposed to have cancer. I'm pretty sure they would advise him not to do no 1 meal a day. You know, because he's fighting cancer. You need to eat. You know, because he's fighting cancer. So
right.
But she's not fighting cancer.
Yeah, what's it?
You see how fat that son got? What's his name? Mustafa? What's his name? Mustafa, the one that always...
Yeah.
You see how fat he is?
Farrakhan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I never seen him big like that before. Yeah.
Yeah, and it ain't from lifting no weights.
No.
You could tell when you lift weights and you get big like that, or when you don't get big like that, but you get big, you know, from eating a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I mean, man, come on, man. Man, they was trying to push that. Man, especially when I was trying to process the Farrakhan's organization a few years ago, they was really pushing that how to eat to live fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and all that crap. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, wait a minute. Then it got to the point where they was having these other fasts that wasn't even in the conscript of the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, period. Mm-hmm. Where you had to fast for about a week or something like that. Or you had to go 72 hours without eating. Mm-hmm. Like, wait a minute, are you serious? I mean, they coming up with these different type of fasts. I never heard nothing like that in the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. All I ever heard him say was eat 1 meal a day. You know, but now they add these extra other additives to the teachings by saying, well, you got to fast like since it's Ramadan. And they ain't even supposed to be celebrating no Ramadan, like Eric Muhammad say, you know, because that's not in the teachings, you know. But man, it's crazy.
Well,
you know, and these same people, because if you look at this minister, like this former minister, like this minister in Detroit, right? He's the current minister under Farrakhan's organization in Detroit. And this Negro definitely don't look like he eat 1 time a day. Matter of fact, your brother Rasul Muhammad, the son of Elijah Muhammad, he didn't even look like he ate 1 meal a day. Mm-hmm. If you pay attention to Rasul Muhammad, he didn't look like he ate 1 meal a day. You know, he wasn't trim, but he didn't look like he ate no 1 meal a day.
Hey, I know our favorite MGT captain. We know she ain't ate no 1 meal a day.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, right. Exactly.
We know she ain't no. We know she haven't ate one meal a day in years. But
brother, I could tell you. Hey, listen, I could tell you another one who ain't ate one meal a day, and what's that guy's name that be giving them lectures under Farrakhan? Not Nuri Muhammad, but the other one, Wesley Muhammad.
yeah, he getting fat too.
He don't look too much like he. Yeah, he don't look like he be eating one meal a day.
Yeah, cause it look like he been gaining some weight too.
So I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Well, on that note,
you know that guy Solomon. Yeah. Oh, all right. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I know you didn't have much time.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to roll out of here.
Solomon, because he had brothers and sisters eating bean soup and salad and water, drinking water every day. But his bud was eating lobster tails and everything else. And the food they were selling out in the restaurant they had in Kansas City, Kansas, it wasn't even the best of quality of food. Your money, it wasn't worth your money.
Right.
Because you wasn't full once you got done.
Exactly. Oh well. Okay, so on that note, brothers and sisters, we out of here. I'm tired as a mug. Thank you, brother Taalik, for coming. Brother 47 was here. He dropped off.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, we would have had an opportunity, had a chance to hear from him. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and I'm looking forward to another spontaneous broadcast. Shout out to everybody in the chat room again, Deacon's Reality, Mellow Cap. Shout out to our people in London. What's that brother name? Reading. What was his name? Resident in England, and Just Acting in England. Both of those people are in England. Shout out to London, England, brothers and sisters. Our Instagram, Facebook people. Sister Ann, Mellow Cap, Z-Mad, Denzel, Angela Hines, Tafari Smith, Sean Davis, Christopher Steffens, and I'm missing somebody, I think. I said Mellow, and Almond Delight is here with us. I think I got everybody. If I miss somebody, please forgive me, but we're getting over the 10 subscribers, so I just can't remember everybody. You know, we had 11 subscribers now, so thank you for the 11 subscribers and views. Thank you, everybody. On that note, we are out of here. Catch you on the flip flop, like our brother Dr. Lewis used to always say in the pardon. I wish us love, peace, and soul. We already 5,000.
So
yeah. Brother 47. Brother 47. Are you there? Brother 47. $47. I keep falling off.